Hey, it's Dior, and this is a market analysis for the 30th of August. A couple big things have happened since my last video, and I wanted to record, one, many times the past couple days, but, you know, once I kind of sit down to do it, I realize literally within 6 hours, like, the video would be completely irrelevant because things were just moving so fast. But essentially, since the last video, we had the snapshot happen, and as expected, we had the huge dump happen for PD1 standards, and I mean again that was totally expected. If you weren't expecting it, then either you did not do enough research or you did not watch my videos. But the one thing that was unexpected was the PD1 SEs also taking a big hit, and I'll talk about that after the standards here in a moment. But yeah, to get started here with the PD1 standards, the overall floor, it dropped by quite a bit. We're now at around, I think, 0.13, which I mean technically is a little bit better than what we had, for a day. We went down to, I think, about 0.1. So we are slowly kind of trailing back up, for the PD1 standards at least. But again, like all these like standard rares here, if you compare them to like the prices when the packs first dropped, these were going for like 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, and I mean compared to that price, these are still like triple or more those prices. And I mean compared to the price of these before the news of the Paraset, these prices are still like double of that, because most of these are around like 0.07, 0.08 at the time before the Paraset announcement. Some of them have gone down more than others. Legendaries are still holding a bit of value, but overall, most are down. Like even like the Pocket Dimension standards here, they're at like 0.45. This one right here sold, the highest it sold for was like 6.9, which is insane. But now we're seeing it back to slightly more reasonable price. But I mean, when you compare it to like the other kind of SEs you can get at similar prices, these are still like crazy expensive. Or I mean, you could consider the fact that the SEs are just too low right now. Kind of moving into those here. And I mean, again, before I move on there, I would just say, again, I couldn't say specifically if these are going to keep moving down for a little bit before moving back up, but I can tell you that since yesterday at least, a lot of these have moved up about a couple, like 0.0, like 0.02, 0.03 overall, like across the board, which isn't much, but it's still something. It shows like at least a certain trend kind of moving up. But again, the SEs, again saw a huge dip. The floor being about like 0.2 right now for like a common SE. Yeah, 0.2. And these were up to like 0.36 at some point, but those are just inflated prices to be fair. Kind of moving down, uncommons are around like 0.4 to 0.5. As we move into rares here, the cheapest one right now is 0.56, and if you can get like a good offer on one of these and you can catch somebody kind of paper handing, it might be a really good buy here. Some of these, like these two, were at like under 0.6, I think, even just like yesterday or a day or two ago. And, I see these kind of moving up a little bit. These two and this one right here, they're at like 1, if not higher, like 1.1, 1.2, and now they're at like 0.7. Master Poisoner was at like 1.5 at some point. Star Chart is a crazy one. This thing was up to like almost 3 at some point, and now it's at 1. I might even buy one myself if I can get it like under 1, depending on how like the prime proposal moves the market. But I might pick one of these up because this is great. Like a rare SE and it's universal for like under 1 would be like a pretty good steal in this current market at least. Because I mean, if the whole market moves down, then it wouldn't be a steal anymore because just the standard floor for rare SEs would be lower. But at these current prices, I really like this card here. Another kind of insane one is Trade Secrets. It's a legendary SE and it's under 2. I think 1.8. That's crazy because like the next legendary SE is right here at like 3.3. And it only goes higher and higher from there. So this could be a pretty good buy. But kind of moving on with the card backs. Overall, card backs did take a little dip from like 7, but overall holding good value because most people holding card backs, are actually, pretty big into the project and they're not looking to just, drop everything. And like the main prediction people have as to why like the PD1 SEs also took a dip, because I'll admit, like, I made a mistake assuming that people would move the PD1 standards into the PD1 SEs. That was the overall predicted sentiment, but a big thing that kind of happened the past couple of days was the rally in blue chip NFTs, and what those are is kind of like the big names. So we're talking like Punks, Basie, Bored Ape Yacht Club. I guess you consider like Cool Cats in there, maybe like Meebits, Art Blocks, like these really big popular NFTs at the top. And there's a huge rally in them the past couple of days. So a lot of people were probably liquidating their PD1 SEs to really try to capture that rally and be a part of that. Because I can tell you, I know at least like 2 people personally who were actually doing that. So my guess is that would extend to the rest of the market as well. And also just overall, like a lot of the prices were slightly inflated. Like Gaia's Call, these things were almost up to like 15 at some point, and that's just to me at least, that's just way too much. And now they're down to like 6. But that's overall it for like the SEs. I mean, I guess PS15 SEs, they did also took a pretty big dip, reaching almost 10 here. But again, that's just because they were pumped up pretty hard for a little while, and they're just kind of correcting with the rest of the market. That's really all it is. Still some of them holding over 20 and such. And then kind of moving on to Galaxy Keys here. With the Galaxy Keys, when they first dropped, I think the first one sold for 19 and people were flaming him thinking that they're worth way more. But as you can see now, like the price is at around 11. Many people have sold for around 10 or 9. But, I'll tell you this price for Galaxy Keys is just fake. It could be way higher or way lower. We don't know the real price for a Galaxy Key until we see the rewards that are in the Galaxy Faucet. Because the main purpose of a Galaxy Key, if you don't know, is to use in the Galaxy Faucet. It's a one-time use item. And as of right now, they haven't announced any other uses. So if you want to hold it, you can hold it, whatever you want. But again, the value of Galaxy Key is mostly tied to what's in the Galaxy Faucet. And until we know what's really in there, then, this price here is just a placeholder, really. But, a lot of people don't know this yet, but essentially the Galaxy Faucet, the way to actually access it is through solving a puzzle or riddle. And it still hasn't been found out yet as of right now. And I don't know if they're going to release like a big hint of any sorts. My guess is they probably will. But, who knows until they really do that. I'm not sure if all 414 have been sent out. Hopefully they have. But, until then, we really don't know the true price of these Galaxy Keys. And then kind of moving on to Prime Keys. Right now they're at around 19. They took a dip down to like almost 16-ish at some point. People were selling into with offers up even like as low as like 15, I think, honestly. But one sec, what the hell is this? Thank you. But with Prime Keys here, again, they took a dip. They're kind of coming back up here. And these have a really similar notion to the Galaxy Keys, where until we see the prime proposal, then this price right here is a placeholder. When the prime proposal comes out, which should be happening very soon, that will really determine the true price of a prime key. Whether or not it's only worth 10 ETH or if it's really worth like 30 ETH. Until the prime proposal, we don't know the true value of these. So if you really want to take the gamble for it, then you can go ahead and buy one now. But again, know that we can see a huge price shift in this once the proposal is really released. And then lastly here, kind of just with rug pulls, with the rug pull event, with the airdrop, these started out at around like 0.4, 0.5. They saw a dip, I think down to like 0.2 even, maybe 0.3, but 0.2, 0.3, and the normal rug pulls are around 0.15. So again, if you're wondering why rug pull took a huge dip, because it went up to like 1 ETH at some point. Shout out to Raw Dog, but again, once the SEs were sent out, a lot of people just tried offloading them, and they just took a big dip in price, following the rest of the market. But yeah, I think that's overall mostly what we've been seeing. Again, we don't really know if the market's going to keep dipping or if it's going to really start pumping up again until we see probably the prime proposal and see if we get a bunch more people coming into the community then. Again, it depends on the overall shift in the NFT market, if people want to just kind of keep all their money in the blue chips or if they want to kind of expand into other newer projects. But I mean, our project here with Parallel, we're moving up to the top 10 of all-time sales on OpenSea, at least specifically. So Parallel is really slowly solidifying its name in the NFT market here. As it keeps moving up, then we'll probably see just more eyes, just from the fact that this number of sales means that this volume of sales shows that you have like a strong project going, and people's eyes notice that. So yeah, until the market keeps moving, then we'll just have to wait and see here. But thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll make another one of these soon. Hopefully we see some big movement here soon with the prime proposal or the Galaxy Faucet. But yeah, thanks for watching.